All right, everybody, what's going on? G Banerjee back here, and in today's YouTube video, I'm gonna talk to you guys about how to really market winning products. So I know a lot of people out there end up making the same mistake over and over again. They find a winning product or a winning creative or something else on another advertising platform. Then they go out and they try to market and sell the same product, and oftentimes they're met with failure, high advertising costs, and pretty much no sales. So if you're becoming a victim to this, it's probably because you're not understanding the fundamentals of really building a product that's going to be successful. Now, it's great to have product validation, meaning that somebody else on the market is making money selling something. That's always great validation. I'm a big believer of, I'd rather have competitors than not have competitors, because competitors to me are proof that what market or what space I'm entering is something worth entering. However, if you don't do it the right way, it doesn't matter if it's a winning space or a losing space, you're going to end up losing, which I tend to see happen way too often, whether it's my students, people that I see from the outskirts, people that message us, any of those things. So let's go ahead and talk about how you guys can overcome this by really understanding the fundamentals of how all product retail works, okay? So this isn't just about e-commerce. This is the fundamental, right? Like if you don't have this foundation, everything else you do from that point forward will end up being a failure because you lack this fundamental element. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Okay, so everybody in the world buys products for two reasons, okay? We can categorize their purchasing decisions into two reasons, okay? It's either for needs, so something that they absolutely need for the betterment of their life, career, whatever it is, hobbies, whatever it is, it's somehow a necessity. And the second is something that they desire or they want, okay? So all purchasing decisions are now driven by these two factors, okay? Now, obviously, if you can create a product that is marketed or just angled in a way where it hits needs and wants, that's when you're talking about potentially, $100 million plus companies, right? Or products that, end up selling 8 figures plus, are products that are able to hit on a need and a want, okay? However, if you're able to do just one of those things very, very well, so you hit on a need or just a want, but you do it very well, very laser focused, and it's just done phenomenally well, you can easily do 6 figures very quickly. Not to mention you could probably hit 7 figures and more, okay? But if you don't hit on either of those angles and you're somewhere in the middle or you're just somewhere far out, you got no chance, okay? You're not gonna make any figures, okay? So let's go ahead and really talk about what these needs, desires really consist of, right? So first things first, let me give you guys an example for a product that, because you guys are probably wondering, okay, I need product examples, right? So the golden echelon of everything is a product that, like I said, solves a need or solves a need or problem and provides a desire or want to people, okay? So I don't know if you guys have heard of the company Snow Teeth Whitening, right? But they have a lot of buzz and a lot of hype. I've talked to the owner of the company a couple times, phenomenally smart guy, and they're doing a lot of amazing things, right? And so for those of you guys that don't know what Snow Teeth Whitening does, they basically have these LEDs. So you basically, it's this mouth guard. You plug it into your phone. It's a light up LED mouth guard, and basically you can apply a serum or a paste on there, and then you put it in your mouth, and it will allow you to whiten your teeth right at home, okay? So here's the best part about this product, okay? It doesn't just solve a need or just a desire or want. They have found a way to do both, which is why they've been able to grow to the top of the business, top of the market in one of the most competitive spaces as well of oral care, because they've mastered the technique of doing both things so well. So let me kind of explain, right? So what is the need for a teeth whitening product, right? Well, that's pretty obvious, right? Everyone needs the white teeth, right? Whether it's for confidence, whether it's for, just feeling confident about themselves, feeling confident going out in front of other people. It's just more hygienic. And it's just something that you need. You know what I mean? It's like, why do you brush your teeth every day? Well, you brush your teeth every day because if you don't, your mouth would be extremely disgusting. And teeth whitening is the same thing. If you don't regularly whiten your teeth, it's going to be disgusting. So it's essentially a necessity for bettering your life, okay? So it is a need. It's a big, big need, okay? Now you're probably saying, how can you possibly say that they've been able to create teeth whitening into a product that's a want or a desire, right? Well, it's pretty simple, right? Before then, whitening your teeth was pretty unsexy, right? No one wanted to talk about it. No one wanted to tell you that they're going to go whiten their teeth. And nobody was ever excited or wanted to whiten their teeth. People that did it because the need outweighed their want or desire. So that's what the market was before they got into the space. Now, when they got into the space, they said, okay, I want to make teeth whitening very sexy while leaving that same need and desire, or that need and want that people need this product. So they ended up using strategies like influencers, right? They have Rob Gronkowski, NFL player. They have Floyd Mayweather, legendary boxer. And then they've got a slurry, and I mean tons and tons of influencers that have repped their brands and all of this stuff. And then, so that was one way that they were able to make teeth whitening sexy, because it's like, hey, they got all these celebrities posting on social media using this product. Now it's saying, oh, I shouldn't feel so self-conscious about whitening my teeth. I can do the same thing. Then the second thing that they did was that they made a device that just looked way cooler, right? Like going to the dentist is not cool, it's not sexy, it's not fun, right? All the other teeth whitening products out there was like an oral strip, like a little white strip you put in your mouth, or some of them had the mouth guard, but it didn't look that great. You know, you look like you had a retainer in your mouth or something like that. Not sexy. They said, okay, let's make it so sexy where you just plug it into your phone, it glows in the dark with like these neon blue lights, and now all of a sudden teeth whitening became the cool thing to do. And if you look at their, social media feeds, all that good stuff, people are constantly posting themselves using their product while doing teeth whitening. No other company in the oral care space was able to break through the market like that. And as a result, you've got them crushing the need side of things and the desire and want side of things, okay? So now let me give you guys another example of how you guys can really identify what a need versus a desire is, so that you make sure that you're either doing both or you're doing one of those things extremely well. Don't try to sit in that middle thinking you'll have a little bit of a need and a little bit of a desire. That's what most people do, and that's why most people end up failing, okay? So let's go ahead and break down. Let's start with the need side of things, okay? And I always recommend anyone that's a beginner to an intermediate person in the e-commerce game to always begin with needs, because needs are much easier to market to than desires and wants are. Desires and wants are very tough, and I'll talk about that in a couple minutes here. But needs are a lot easier because, you'll figure it out by the way I explain this, okay? So let's say, let's take a product, for example, right? Let's say Dr. Scholl's insole pads, okay? So they're these like foot pads that people put on when they have leg pain or they end up standing up for a long time, etc., right? So if you have unbearable leg pain or foot pain, these insoles are a need for you, okay? Simple as that. You absolutely need these. Otherwise, you're gonna be miserable, you're gonna be in pain, and you're not gonna be happy, and some people might not even be able to go and do their jobs, okay? So that is an example of a need. And how easy is it, right? You can literally start a marketing campaign as like, do your feet hurt from standing all day, right? Or are you over 50 suffering from, blisters on your feet? Whatever the marketing ploy and the pitch is, boom, now you've got that, right? And now you've hooked that consumer in, because you're addressing a problem that they face, and then you're giving them a solution to a need that they have. So then you would go, well, these Dr. Scholl insoles solve XYZ problem, come check it out. Boom, that's that easy, right? And you would just, have an advertisement. If you're targeting 50 plus people, someone 50 plus, grabbing their feet, aching in pain, etc., then them putting the Dr. Scholl's insoles in, and boom, they got a smile. They're able to jog and walk and hike and do all these things, and people are going to go, wow, that could be me. Boom, easy sell, right? Now that's what a need is, right? That's one of the most easiest ways to sell a product, okay? Now here's the tougher one, right? Desires and wants, okay? So examples of desires and wants could be alcohol brands, for example, right? Whether it's vodka brands, whether it's champagne brands, whatever it is. Here's a big example for that, right? You don't need alcohol, okay? I don't care what anyone says. If you believe you need alcohol, you're absolutely insane, because that is not true. Alcohol is purely a desire or a want, and people have different desires or wants for why they use alcohol or why they drink alcohol, okay? But let me give you a couple examples, right? So for example, when you see a beer commercial, right? Oftentimes you'll see a beer commercial and you'll see a bunch of guys, maybe some guys wearing football jerseys, you got the game on in the back, they're grilling and barbecuing, you got chips, and maybe someone's tossing a football around in the back, and everyone's smiling, and you'll subtly just see them holding a beer, right? What are these beer companies aiming for? Well, they know their customer avatar, number one. And now that they know their customer avatar, they're basically saying, hey, if you drink this beer, this is the kind of experience you can have. And they know that their customers want this type of experience, the ability to, catch football on TV while sipping and drinking beer with their friends and enjoying a great time grilling and eating without any cares in the world. And that's how they're hitting on a need, desire, or want. Now let's take, vodka brands, for example, whether it's, Ciroc, Sky, Amsterdam, any of these brands, right? If you've ever seen their videos and stuff or their commercials, majority of them are either someone's pouring a shot at a bar, someone's getting poured a shot at a house party, or you see a big bottle just sitting in, bottle service at a club, at something like that. You've got, banging music playing in the background. You've got, beautiful girls, handsome guys, all this stuff going on. And then the alcohol is just placed in there. Why? Because it understands their consumer's desire or want, right? This consumer's desire or want is to party. And the company is basically saying the bridge between where they currently stand to where they can have a really good time partying at a night with nightlife at a club or whatever is their bottle of alcohol. So obviously, as you guys can see, it's a lot more challenging to market using desires and wants because it's not that straightforward. You really have to think outside the box. With needs, you literally know what the customer needs. You deliver the solution to their problem and boom, it's done. So that's it for this section, guys. I really hope this helped you guys really understand the most fundamental thing about selling products. Comes down to identifying needs versus wants and desires. And if you're able to do both, that's when you're talking about $100 million plus companies. You can absolutely blow it up. But that's it for this video, guys. As always, I'm trying to be more and more active on YouTube. I just get so busy with so many things going on, but I will be active and I will be dropping videos here from time to time. So to make sure you don't miss out on these videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button and you turn on video notifications so that you're notified every time I drop a video. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks so much.